Hey everyone, this past week, a really dear friend of mine, she was 98 years old and she passed away. And today I just want to share as a tribute to her 10 things that I learned from her and being friends with her in the last several years. And, I know that she is in a better place and she's not having any more pain, and she can move easier. So those things bring me comfort, and the lessons that she taught me and the love and the compassion and gratitude that she shared with me, I will always treasure and take those things with me wherever I go. And today I just wanted to share these 10 things because it is my hope to continue to pass on her legacy. First thing, be in gratitude for absolutely everything around you. Her name was Elizabeth, and she was amazing at this. Even on days she didn't feel like herself or she was in more pain, she would always pull out, God has been so good to me and I'm so grateful. And she would name what she was grateful for. And then after each time I would be there, she would let me know, Wendy, you are such a blessing in my life. I am so grateful for you. And I'm using notes on this because I'm a little emotional. The second thing, praising God. When I would visit her, she invariably, at some point in her conversation, she would be praising God for all that was good in her life, even if at the moment it didn't feel good or if things weren't like she wanted them to be. The third thing, be curious and in wonder always. We went for walks as much as possible in the early years. This was a slow walk beside her as she pushed her four-wheeled walker. In later years, it was me pushing her wheelchair. She would have me stop at various points to get just a closer look, either at a rose blooming or seed pods that were hanging in the trees overhead, to watching the lines get bigger each week on the tree that we passed by, to the wispy clouds in the sky and palm trees swaying. The fourth thing, keep growing and learning. She was always reading, learning something new. I learned from her family that she started to learn Spanish at 93 years old. She participated in classes that were available for her in her local community. She always kept engaged, kept her mind going. Even though she couldn't really hear that well in her later years, she still would participate. Number 5, keep moving. I will have to say, of all people with this, she was stellar, like A+++. One day I went to see her and I asked, how she'd been doing with like her exercises. And I asked her to show me, what she'd been doing. And so she did. And on this one particular one, it's where you put your legs straight up, she'd put it straight up, and then she'd bring it out to the side and then back. And this is while she was sitting in her chair. I said, well, how many of those are you doing? She's like, oh, I do 50 of them on each leg. And this was not 50 of them like throughout the day. This was literally like 50 at a time. So I remember doing them with her. I was like, wow, I can tell I'm a little out of shape. By the time the 50th one came, so it was just really, really fun to be around her, because she was keeping moving, and it's so vital as we age. The 6th one is pray without ceasing. Her life wasn't perfect. There were things she shared with me that really hurt her heart. And she let me know she continued to give them to God each day. Number 7, do your bucket list items. She wanted to go to Hawaii so bad, and it just never worked out for her. So she went to Hawaii, living vicariously through those of us who were able to go. And so she would always want to look at pictures, and things would be brought back to her. And so hopefully, like right now, she is just living in that heavenly Hawaiian paradise. Number 8 in this list is don't be scared to show emotion. And she wasn't. She was very fluid with her emotions, at least around me. She was tender, she was kind and compassionate. When she was sad, she would cry with me. Number 9, ask for what you want. Oh my goodness. This one, she had a persistence about her. And even though she wasn't supposed to get up out of her recliner chair a lot, it was hard for her. Anytime anybody was in her space, she would just ask in this nice little way, oh, could you just move that over there? Oh, and I'd like you to take this and move it over there. And she would completely like redo things in her little place with asking just a little component of each person helping out. Now I can see how this could be like a little irritating if you were there for a whole entire day and she's doing this with you the whole entire day. Fortunately for me, I was there in these snippets of time, so it was not much, and it really taught me about how important it is to ask for what you want, even if the answer might be no sometimes. Still asking for what you want. And the 10th thing is celebrating friends and family. Her family meant the world to her, and her place was surrounded with family photos and pictures that great-grandchildren had grandchildren, great-grandchildren had drawn, and it was just really magical. And the family dynamic wasn't, it's not always perfect at all, and she just celebrated that and just enjoyed each visit, when people came by, and whether it be family or friends, and just her appreciation for that, and her willingness to lean in and have fun, just have fun in the moment. So those are my lessons, the lessons that I learned from my dear friend, and may she rest in peace, and I get to see her on one day, on that resurrection day, and that will be really exciting. And until then, I'm sharing these 10 lessons with you so that it may help you in your own life, and also help her legacy to continue to live on. And just let me know in the comments below which ones resonated with you and which ones you would like to actually start using more in your life. Thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week.